Oh, I'm humming here. I guess you guys can see me, huh? Let me get my things all set up. I think I'm here. I hope I'm here. So hang on. I do have the stream open in another window. I say that every time. Yeah, it looks like it's getting everything done in the sequence I had it done before. Welcome, everyone. I hope the music's not too loud. I'm playing with music for the background this time. I'll turn it down a little bit more, just in case, because I don't know if part of what's going to play will be louder. So you may have caught the little quick stream I did, and I may play with this a little bit also, just because I'm learning about the settings in OBS Studio that can make or break your stream. It always seems like the stream is really grainy. Now, I figure that's due in large part to the fact that I just don't have top-notch equipment. I just don't have a... Now, the computer I have now, it's light years ahead of what I had before I got this one. But it's already now, what, 3.5 years old? Yeah, probably be 4 years old since we got it in the fall of 2021, when fall hits this time. And sorry, I was snacking on some potato chips. Oh, I may be messy. Excuse my messiness and my eating. Anyway, so I'm just really learning to work with what I've got. And what I've got, again, is not real high power. I don't know how some of you who do live streams and get such beautiful, clear images, such high resolution. I don't know how you do that unless it's because you just have better equipment, more powerful equipment than I do. So maybe one day. I haven't had all my coffee yet today either. Busy day. We had our regular, repeat boarder, not a regular boarder, but he's been here multiple times. A Shepsky boy, that means a German Shepherd Husky boy. He's here boarding with us. He was dropped off yesterday afternoon. And let's see, what does this tell me? I've got this thing, warning the stream. I don't know what it's telling me. It looks like I'm on, right? Let me turn unmute this tab over here where I'm watching. He's here boarding with us. He was dropped off. Okay, so that looks like it's working, but I can't see. It doesn't show me the whole thing. Warning: the stream current bit rate 2644.66 kilobytes per second is lower than the recommended bit rate. I'm gonna leave it as long as you can see me and hear me. I'm going to leave it. It's one of the settings I can change in OBS Studio. So we'll see what happens. And when I watch this back, we'll see what happens. Hello, David. And I saw you pop in when I was doing my little test thing, playing with the settings on OBS Studio earlier, just as I was closing the chat. So I didn't get to say hello to you. So thank you for being back. And I want to try something else here. How does this work? So I did download some apps and things to try and figure out how to get chat messages on the screen. And one of the things I learned about that I can download is Twidget. Okay, let's try this. I just need a stream URL. Let me go to a window here. I can't thank you guys enough for being so gracious to let me bumble through so many streams for so long. I know I'm going to end up just wanting to pay for a service again. That just gets so expensive after a while. Okay, so let me get a I'm not going to do the shareable link. I don't know if that's somehow different than the link when I go into my video details. Okay, let's close this. Let's go back here. And then where was I? Oh, in the Twidget thing. I have to plug in the address of the stream, and then it should show me the chat replay on the little screen for the Twidget. But then I also have, I don't know what this is, chat app. Hey, Bud Files! Thanks for being here today. Yeah, StreamYard. Now I feel bad that I canceled it when I did, because it wasn't that much per month, and it was whatever the next tier up was from the free service, because the free service didn't have some of the things I wanted to be able to do. But it's like doubled in price since, because that's what I looked at after the first, couple times I tried to use OBS Studio. I thought, well, I just might bite the bullet and go back and set up StreamYard again. And the price is almost doubled, so never mind. Not to just do one live stream a week, maybe 2 live streams a week if I ever really get that motivated again to do live streams. And then I know there are some other streaming things that have free tiers, but I just haven't taken the time to research everything. Restream, I've heard of Restream. What's another one? There were 2 others that I learned about, and I went to their websites and stuff, but I don't like new things either. The older I get, the less I enjoy learning something new or having to learn something new. So I know that's working against me here with OBS. I'm sure it's all super easy, and if and when I ever get to the point where I've used it enough that I don't have to think so hard about it anymore, then it won't be unpleasant. But for now, and that coupled with the fact that I know we don't have great internet, I don't have a great live streaming computer. It just doesn't work fast enough. I think when you're live streaming, it's gotta be a speedy enough thing that it can deal with all the traffic on the internet and stuff while it's transmitting your signal out to the world. So David says, yeah, Ecamm Live, but that's Mac only. EVMux is one of the other ones. Okay, yeah, again, I'll put it on my to-do list, but if you guys are okay with it and you're going to keep showing up to hang out with me when I do live streams, even though it's not the most beautiful resolution and it's not as perfect as what I see some other people streaming. David, your streams look amazing, so I know part of that is that you have a Mac, and Macs are, their claim to fame is their ability to process graphics and keep up. So I think that maybe, again, it's at least half of the issues I have, if not more, because I do know some other people that use OBS for streaming, and they have beautiful streams. So if I'm not meant to have a beautiful stream, I'm at least going to keep having some streams, and I'm just grateful that you guys are here to bumble through it with me. So back to what's happening here at the ranch, because it's busy. This is spring break time, and it's, it usually does kick off in the week prior to spring break. I don't know how that works. Although some of the dog that's here today, that family does not have small children. And so that may be part of what it is. I just don't know why anybody would want to travel during spring break. The last time I remember traveling during spring break. Hey, Erica Olson, how are you? Thank you for being here. Last time I remember traveling for spring break, and I'm sure I have since then, but either I went places that it wasn't so impacted by the fact that it was spring break, or I'm just wrong and I haven't traveled during spring break again. But the last time I remember traveling during spring break was way back in 1998 when my group that I ran around with went to, where'd we go? We went to Cancun. don't go to Cancun during spring break. And I've got something stuck in my teeth, y'all. Pardon me, just keeping it real. It's one of those potato chips, I guess. And update, this little Twidget thing, it still shows that it's just loading chat. So I don't know if it just really takes some time to render the information that's coming through or what. But so that's the last time I traveled during spring break. But that's still a very common travel time because people that have kids, obviously the kids are out of school for spring break. So that, obviously that works. 2 + 2 is 4. So yesterday he was dropped off, and I can't remember where his mom told me they're going, but they're out of the country. So what is today? The 14th? What days did she send me? She sent me this little block of days where they won't even have access to internet. So I'm not sure if it's just because of, the facility where they're staying, or that they're going to be like traveling or trains or whatever. So she had just already given me the heads up that I wouldn't be able to reach her if I needed to reach her. But he is the easiest keeper. Oh, I love this dog. So he got here yesterday, and then our regular Gucci girl got here this morning, and then our other pretty regular here lately, but she's a long-time repeat boarder, Harley. She's 11 or so years old, a white lab. Oh my gosh, I love her. So she is here to spend, she got here this morning and she'll spend the weekend with us. So that's not necessarily spring break related because her family's traveling out of the state to go and do a birthday celebration for her mom's mother-in-law, who is 90 years old this weekend. So we get to have Harley. So it's only busy because I just really am kind of a helicopter mom when it comes to the dogs that people pay us to take care of, which if it was my dog, that's what I would want also. So I just really, I'm devoting a lot of time to them. So if we're outside, I'm outside with them. And although these guys, they know the routine, and I probably could be a little less vigilant about it, but it's like when my kids were little. Well, I'm going to be rambling today. When my kids were little, I remember at one point thinking, when am I going to stop saying chew and chew and chew, as they were eating and learning to eat something besides baby food? And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like how old do they need to be before I stop reminding them to chew it good? Because what if that first time I don't say chew and chew and chew, they choke? Oh. So that's kind of the same feelings I have sometimes when we've got visitor dogs here, because I just would not ever want it to be that, that one day where I let them go do their own thing and then I came back inside and did something in the house and then something happened. And yet then I think, well, how silly is that? How many times was I right there with my kids watching them and they fell off of something or something hit them or whatever. Same thing with the dogs. How many times have I been out with them then and they run into each other or, somebody gets hurt or... So I don't know where that comes from. I'm the oldest of 4, overachiever, hyper-functioning, ridiculously aware to the point that it's not as fun for me as it could be if I would learn to ease up a little bit. So that's part of what's happening this weekend. And then on Monday, so Kobe, the Shepsky boy, whose family's out of the country, he will still be here through, like the last week of this month. And then 2 boys will be back, repeat boarders, will be back for 4 days next week, actual spring break proper here in this area. And Gucci will be here her regular days. And then I could look at my calendar and tell you what all we have coming up, because it really is a busy spring break. I was really excited that maybe I told you guys about this. I don't remember. But I have a friend here who just lives a few miles from us that recently started boarding dogs. And so she had actually posted on our neighborhood page that she was going to start boarding dogs because her son had moved out and he took his dog with him. And that was the dog, that had lived in the house. And I thought, oh, wow, she's so awesome. She's a lot less energetic than I am. Not in a bad way. I just mean she's not as loud and animated. So what a blessing for dogs. And she doesn't have dogs now, so it would just be her visitor dog. She's got a cat. So we had gotten a request from a longtime repeat boarder of ours maybe a month or so ago to ask about spring break and whether or not we could board their dog, because they do a mission trip every year at spring break. And I had to tell her we are booked solid. But and this was before, so she asked about these dates before I learned that my friend who lives in Keller, just a few miles away, was going to be boarding dogs now. So I said, if you want to check with me again a week or two before you leave, if you haven't already found a place for her, I'll let you know if anything has changed on the schedule. Most of our families now know to book, like spring break, Memorial Day, any holiday, again, holidays for the most part, spring break and holidays. And even summers now are getting booked farther in advance. But most of our longtime families do know that if they don't contact us 4 or 5 months at least before they want to inquire about spring break or holiday boarding, we're going to be booked. So spring break, all the dogs that are here now that are spring break related dogs, and then Kobe that's here because his family's out of town, out of the country, those booked like right after Thanksgiving. So I feel bad. I always feel bad because I always have to turn some people down just because they didn't contact us enough ahead of time. But cut to the chase. I reached out to my friend in Keller and just said, hey, I just want to touch base with you again. A family that had asked about boarding during spring break. I had to tell them we didn't have anybody. And then I told her to, reach out again a week or so before if they hadn't already found a spot. And I would let her know if anything changed. So sure enough, her family reached out last week. And I said, nothing. Both of these everybody's paid for everything in advance, even just because they don't want to lose their spots for some reason. So she said, oh, that would be great. Yes, I would love to board her. So she already had a boarder scheduled that was going to come today. I think actually Cookie got dropped off 2 days ago. Cookie's the dog that's boarded with us many times. The parents are going on the mission trip. And she did a meet and greet with her on Friday or Saturday last weekend. Again, I shared details for both of them with both of them. And they got that all set up. She did a meet and greet, and it was a match. So Cookie is staying with her, which makes me feel a whole lot better because, again, if it was my dog, what would I want for my dog? Where would I want to recommend that somebody leave their dog if, the person that usually watches them can't do it? So I'm excited to think that I have a backup closer geographically than the backup that I usually use, which is in South Arlington. But there are a lot of things going on with that friend of mine in South Arlington right now, and they're really not looking to add anything to their plates. So I'm just really excited now to have a backup. And, if something ever happened, then I'm still right here. We could make it work if we had to squeeze another dog in for a day or overnight, one night until a family got back or something. But I think it's going to be great. And the friend of mine in Keller had already met that other dog that was going to come a couple days after Cookie's drop-off date. And she said, oh, she's so easygoing, it's not going to be a problem. So she hasn't sent me a text message or anything to say, wow, I wish I had known what I was going to get myself into. And so I'd love to help her grow her little boarding business. And, likewise, maybe if she finds herself where she's having to say no to somebody, she'll know to at least refer them here, even though odds may be good that I'll be booked if she's already booked. But I was going to look at my calendar to just tell you what else is coming up. So again, Kobe is here. Kobe goes home on the 24th. And then Harley will be back. So Harley that's here now because her family is out of state for the 90th birthday celebration for our grandma. Harley will be back then for 3 or 4 days at the end of the month. And then our repeat girls, well, I don't think it's both of them this time. I think it's just Junebug. So then Junebug will also be back for a few days right at the end of the month. And then, again, we've got more than half of April is booked already. More than half of May is booked already. 2 weeks in June are booked already. End of July, so most of July is open, but the end of July is booked already. Most of August is booked already. That's when people do their last ditch. Oh, we better make a trip now before the kids go back to school. We've already got some dogs scheduled in September. So it's a great problem to have. And I still do feel so fortunate and so blessed that this is what I can do to make some money for the family, is just babysit people's pets. How cool is that? I'll never get rich doing it. I'm not looking to get rich doing it, but I know the dogs that visit here love coming here. And I have an ego. Obviously, we all have an ego. So this morning, for example, when Harley got here, you know, I opened the door to go out front, and her eyes just lit up, and she starts pulling her mom because she wants to come and see me. And it's funny that, you know, the parents will kind of joke now that the dog doesn't even care anymore that they're here, or that they don't even care anymore that the parents are going to be leaving, or they just want to get here and get started with fun and outside time. Thank goodness we have good weather right now. And thank goodness, again, all these dogs know each other, so I don't have to go through the stresses of, you know, first time visits, even if we had a good meet and greet, just to get everyone reacquainted and make sure they're not stressing out because they're here longer than, you know, that hour that they might have been here for the meet and greet. Anyway, so that happened with Harley today. Of course, Gucci's always excited to be here. And then yesterday when Kobe got here, I think it almost made his mom feel a little bit sad because she was out at the end of the driveway, because our protocol is that for the first day of boarding, we go out to get the dogs. We just learned a long time ago it's a little less stressful for them if the parents don't come in with them and stand in the backyard like we do for the meet and greet, because the meet and greet, then they all go home together. When it's the first visit for the dogs and the family comes in with them, again, we learned this a long time ago, so we do it this way now. Then the dogs would be really upset that the parents were like going into the house, you know, that were leaving them. And they're like watching the parents leave the yard, or so it works out beautifully when we go out and get them. But again, when Kobe got here yesterday, then I walked out the door and he heard the sound of the door and he looked and then he realized it was me. And then again, he's just pulling. He's ready to come in the house. And his mom had a bunch of provisions because he's going to be here a long time. So she did come in with me to put, you know, like his container of food on the table and stuff like that. But again, it was obvious he was excited to be here. There was not going to be a problem with him thinking, oh, wait, I want to go with you, Mom. What am I doing? Why are you leaving me? No, he didn't even care anymore because he knew that it meant he was going to be here to have a fun time. So that's going on. As usual, of course, we don't travel for spring break or holidays because we're really tied down with animals, lots of animals. The flock is doing good. We've had some really crazy weather off and on the last couple of weeks, and so I noticed a few days ago when I was out, I bought a pond liner. We've had tarps, we've had like, I don't know what you call it. It's not siding. It's corrugated looking like a tin roof, you know, the corrugated sort of look, or is that the word I need? But it's like fiberglass or plastic or something. We've had that on the roof to try and keep the rain out, nothing really works. Over time, everything just wears out so fast. So I spent some money, I think it was just last year, maybe last summer, and bought a big pond liner, oh wow, I don't even know how thick it is. If you're familiar with pond liners, you know they're like 10 times thicker than a tarp, because we'd use tarps on the roof also. Because rain was still getting in. So I bought a pond liner. We got it all fastened down and clamped and everything. But we have had so much wind. If you missed my video about the powerful storm that came through, I think that was last week, that it just broke off some great big branches off of some trees in the duck yard. They were just in such weird places. And I thought, what is that? So that had to have been like straight line winds or a little mini tornado or something. It was bizarre. But I didn't realize that day. If I go back and look at the video, I can probably look at the roof and see if it had happened that same time. that pond liner just got, flung off of the top. It's still fastened on the east side of the pen, but it's not fastened at all. So I don't think we're expecting rain anytime soon. But this weekend we're going to have to get back out there and get that secured again, because it's the only thing that keeps rain out of the pen. Obviously, I have water birds. They don't mind water. They don't mind rain. But I don't like having to deal with the bedding getting all wet, because when the bedding gets wet, then as it dries, it gets hard and it compacts, and it's impossible to just scoop out dirty spots. So there's already some of that in there because they play in their water. They're water birds. And yes, ducks and geese must have access to water 24/7. I know a lot of people argue about that, and they say, well, I don't leave water in my pen, but I'm not going to deprive my birds of what they naturally have access to in the wild and what they would need to survive, if they didn't have me around to provide for them. So that'll be a project for this weekend. Richard's going to the feed store again today. Was it last week that he tried to call me? I think it was the week before. He knows that I'm streaming on Fridays now, but he called like at 5 after 2 or 10 after 2 because he was going to ask me if I needed anything from the feed store. And I thought, I'm not going to talk to you on the phone while I'm doing a live stream. So he texted. So he logged into the stream and put a chat message asking me if I needed anything from the feed store. So he did think to ask me last night. He said, I'll go to the feed store tomorrow before I come home. What do you need? I always need feed for the flock. Always. I have a 50-pound can that I keep their food in, but with, what's my total number of birds? 27 now. So I have 6 geese and 21 ducks now. That's a lot of food. And I feed the wild ducks too. The wild ducks come to the fence morning and evening without fail to be fed. So we go through a lot of feed. And we always need horse feed, it seems like. We never can really stock up just because it's expensive. So we just sort of buy as we need. If we have a little extra money, we might buy another extra bag or two, but we don't have a lot of places to store it either. So would be no point in getting a whole lot ahead of time. But that's what's going on with the animals. It will be turtle tank maintenance weekend as well. So the filters will need to be cleaned, and we'll do a partial water change. Usually that means we can let Yancey out just to run around the house. But since we've got visitor dogs here, I'm not going to take that chance, because only our dogs and cats can be around her. I don't know that another dog would know she's not fair game. Speaking of turtles, speaking of fair game, I've been so worried about baby bunnies, because we get baby bunnies in the yard every year. Several of them every year don't make it because the dogs find them. And I don't think it's that the dogs are intentionally trying to hurt them, but it doesn't take much to hurt a brand new baby bunny. These are little cottontails that we have on the property. So Boone had been around on the east side of the house, and I called them in to eat dinner or whatever, and he didn't come right away. So as I was walking that direction, he came around the house. He came around the house, and he definitely had something in his mouth. And my first thought was, oh no, please tell me you didn't find a little bunny. Well, he didn't find a little bunny, and he came around the house, and as soon as I saw he had something in his mouth, I told him to drop it, which he did, and it was a turtle. So it looked like a boy, and it was, maybe 7 inches. Yeah, I don't know if you can. About 7 inches long from front to back on the shell. So relatively young, maybe just a few years old. I think it was a boy. I just don't understand, unless the boys are out looking to mate with the girls. Usually when I see turtles in the yard, it's females, and I think they're just coming to look for some place to lay some eggs. I still haven't quite figured out how they get in the backyard. We have fencing all around. There is the little pass-through that I open in the mornings for the ducks and geese to go out on the back pasture, because we have a pond back there. And I'm wondering, do they come through that when it's open? Because it's just left open while the flock is out so that they can come and go from their yard to the back as they please. Anyway, so turtle rescue, he got put back on the back pasture so that he can go back. I guess that's where he came from, to that pond back there. There's a lot of turtles in that pond. Still hearing coyotes at night. And again, it's spring in Texas now, whether that's official or not, and that just means weather is going to start being on the unpredictable side. But let's do a little wheel spinning and kind of get the stream started. Let's see, what's this one? That's not it. There it is. So let's move that up. And then let's move me down here. Yeah, apologies that I still haven't spent any time figuring out how to do the transitions and make stuff, smoothly resize. But let's see. Let's spin the wheel here, see what we get. I haven't updated the wheel. Oh, Erica wants another box turtle. Yeah, it's definitely baby season. Oh, games and trivia. So let's do, let me open that AARP site. I didn't open all the windows this time because I felt like, it was taxing my computer to have so many tabs open. Okay. So bear with me while I get logged in here and see if there's a quick game we can play. All right, I don't see a sign in. Oh, maybe it's just still waiting. Oh, no, okay. It looks like it's still there. Where are the games? Oh, I did save a bookmark, didn't I? Show all bookmarks. But I want from the bookmarks bar. Oh, okay. But I don't see it. I thought I saved this. Maybe we won't do that today. It's really trying to log me in, but the wheel's just spinning, spinning, spinning. We'll try something else. AARP Games. Games.aarp. Okay, good. That did it. Word clash. This says it's a word scramble thing. How do we do that? Oh, okay. Let's try that. So let's I wonder if I add that right there. Yes, I just might figure this out one day, y'all. Okay, word clash. It's multiplayer madness. Unscramble the letters to create the longest words you can and get more points than your opponent who is trying to do the same exact thing. Race against the clock, use your power-ups, and do your best to come out on top. I have no idea. I guess it randomly matches us up with something. Oh, we have to watch a... Okay. I have to watch an ad. We won't listen to an ad, though. But that reminds me, be prepared. I have been frantically editing for the last 2 days. I've still got at least 2 more days to edit because I'm doing I think it's going to be a 4-part. It looks like it's going to at least be a 4-part series, nostalgia series coming up, and it'll start tomorrow. So it'll run 4 days in a row. So I hope you guys will check it out. I have it set to be premieres so that we can chat while it's happening, because I think the, what do I want to say here? I'm trying to make my screen fit a little bit better. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to do, was just reposition my camera. I think the topic of the videos is going to be something fun that we can chat about while it's happening, so be watching for that. Why does this still say loading? Loading. Now it's going to make us watch another commercial, isn't it? Play now. Am I on the wrong place? Word Clash. Play now. Okay, it would look like I would click right here, doesn't it? See, to me, this is a sign also that I just don't have a lot of oomph available from my computer. Now, I can tell you that editing, because this video that I'm editing, there's lots of little pieces. You know, there's captions, and there's photos like overlaid onto stuff, and there's like it's 2 videos running because there's a video of me, narrating and talking about the subject, and then the video with graphics and clips and stuff. So it's a lot of moving parts, and I just feel like I'm fighting with the computer most of the time. Hey, Southern Mama! Oh my gosh, how are you? How exciting to have you here today. I hope you guys are safe and having good weather. Can't wait for hurricane season, right? Okay, I'm only going to give this another few seconds, and then we're going to have to just move on to something else because ain't nobody got time for that. Maybe it's a problem with the website? Okay, we'll skip that. If I go back to that and it's loaded up at some point, then we'll play it. But let's just move on. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, a word of the day. Let's try a word of the day. We're just going to reuse this. I don't want a bunch of tabs open. Word of the day. We'll do Merriam-Webster's word of the day today. Oh, here we go. Merriam-Webster selects menorah. Oh, okay, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. No, that's from December 26th. I want that page that we went to before. Here we go. Word of the day at merriam-webster.com is bamboozle. Can y'all see that? Huh. Okay, to bamboozle someone is to deceive, trick, or confuse them. For example, the salesperson bamboozled us into getting a more expensive item than we had planned to buy. And it says bamboozle in context. We're not trying to make a perfect film that's like got a twist. Oh my God, the coach is a ghost. We're not out to bamboozle audiences or get awards or anything. That is, I don't know, why is this in brackets? Taika Waititi told Polygon. The director continued, "We want to make a nice movie, a true story about a football team, and the only message is be happy and don't live in the past." Okay, bamboozle. I might have used that word a time or two in my life. I don't remember. All right, we're going to close that. We're going to go back to our topics. Close that. Do another spin. Yes, we'll play Bandle. Maybe I'll buy a package while we're here, because now I don't know if I buy the package, do I have to like use it all right then? Or does it save it and then next time I go in I can do it? Oh, here's an Ask Me Anything. So since we have a handful of people at least in the chat, if you've got a question, anything you want to ask about me, about the ranch, about the animals, about my past, about something, feel free to ask. That's always an option, but at least to have something on the wheel, I thought I would put that on there. So this is the official Ask Me Anything portion of the show. We'll spin again while you guys are thinking. Oh, rants and raves. Wow, do I have a rant? I mean, maybe my rant is just my slow computer. It's been a busy but relatively uneventful week. I can't rant about the weather because the weather's just the weather. Richard hasn't irritated me too much this week. Maybe that's a rave. A rant. What's a rant? Okay, I guess I could rant about noise. So as loud as I am, you would probably think noise is not a big deal to me. I see a question in the chat as part of our Ask Me Anything. My favorite pie is pumpkin pie. I don't eat a lot of pumpkin pie except at Thanksgiving, and it must have a lot of whipped cream on it. But when it's not Thanksgiving, my second most favorite pie is peach pie. I love peach pie, peach cobbler, peach everything. And so remind me, well, while we're talking about it, I did make a chicken pot pie this week. So the last couple of Fridays I've talked about how Richard doesn't really eat my cooking and I throw so much stuff away. And there are so many things that I love to make and I love to eat, but it's hard to just make them for one person. So when I make big batches, then I eat it 5 days in a row, and then I'm tired of it, but he won't eat it at all, or he'll eat it that first night, and then he'd rather have a TV dinner for his lunch instead of taking leftovers. So I end up throwing stuff out. But I finally made a chicken pot pie. I made it in I don't remember what the volume is for that dish, but I ate off of it for like 3 days in a row. So it wasn't just one meal, and I did cheat and buy the ready-made, the pie crust that you can get by the biscuits. It's in a roll. It's like a pie crust, but it's rolled up, and you just have to unroll it and spread it out. So I got it in my pan. I put all my stuff in it. Oh, it was so good. It's making my mouth water to think about it. Put it in the dish and loaded all my fillings in. But when I trimmed around the edges, it was an oval ceramic dish that I baked it in. So the round pie crust, I had some places where I needed to trim it off before I sealed it around the edges. And then I had these little scraps of dough. And I thought, oh, what could I do with that? And my first thought was maybe I can make like a cinnamon sugar thing, like an empanada. I don't know if that's the right word, but that concept of the calzone sort of concept where it's just dough that's folded over and sealed around the edges and it's got something inside. But I just was really craving some kind of a fruit thing, because if I see pie crust, I'm thinking fruit pies. I don't usually think of chicken pot pie, but I love fruit cocktail, and one of the visits we've done to Costco or Sam's Club, whichever, this year, I bought a box of the little cups of fruit cocktail. So I thought, I wonder if that would work, and that's grapes, pears, peaches, pineapple, and cherries. And then it's in juice. So I opened one of those. It just made a little hand-sized, the dough, just made like a little hand-sized thing. And I thought, oh, I'm going to make like a little fruit purse thing. So I drank the juice out of the fruit cocktail because I knew I didn't need it real soupy. I left a little bit of juice in it. I spread the rest of my dough. I rolled it in a ball and flattened it out, made it kind of in a circle. Put it in this little ceramic dish. Put the fruit cocktail with just a little bit of the juice in it. Put some slices of butter on it. Sprinkled a little bit of sugar over it. And then pinched my dough together up at the top. Again, like I call it a little purse. I call it like a pastry purse thing. Then put a little bit of butter on top of that and sprinkle a little sugar on top of that. Put it in the oven. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It did need a little bit more juice, but the dough was thin enough that it came out okay. But I'll just know if I do something like that again, I'll leave a little more of the juice in it. So wow, win-win. I got to have some fruit cocktail, and I got to have some pie, and I used the rest of my dough from the chicken pot pie that I made. And I see some responses from Southern Mama when in relation to me saying I hope they were having good weather, because she's on the East Coast, so it can get really dangerous there during the spring and summer for hurricanes. So she said, oh, wait. First she said, we're coming closer, moving south of Atlanta this summer. Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, and then it looks like weather stuff. It's going to be really bad and scary. Atlanta is going to be in the path. Oh, there's something bad weather coming this weekend. Okay, I haven't kept up with, there's no eaglets at that Southwest Florida nest this season now because they both passed away. And so I haven't really been keeping up with the weather on the East Coast at all. That used to be a regular thing for me because I was always watching those baby eaglets, and so I wanted to be aware of how things were going for them, but I haven't been keeping up with it since the eaglets died. So bad weather coming to the East Coast this weekend, really going to be bad and scary. Atlanta's going to be in the path, so we're staying here in South Carolina this weekend. Let's see. Southern Mama loves apple pie best. Erica Olson loves apple, pecan, occasionally blueberry, and she loves pot pie. Oh, quiche. Like, I could live off a quiche. Oh, I haven't made a quiche in decades. And then Southern Mama says they finally got the fence built back in all those areas from the hurricane. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I guess everywhere you go, there's something, because people will sometimes ask me, why do you live there when there's like tornado threats and stuff? And then I ask people that live in California, why do you live there when there's earthquake threats? And then the people that live on the East Coast, why do you live there when there's hurricane threats? So wherever you go, there's going to be the potential for something dangerous that you can't control. Anyway, so they finally got their fence built back. Let's hope it's not going to be all for naught. So much wood after we got those trees cut that fell in the yard. Lots of bakers and cookers in my chat today. Oh, a ramekin for a pot pie. And that's round, so I could easily cut out little circles of my pie crust. Yeah, he's behaved this week. He even went to, he had to go to Walmart or Kroger for something a couple of nights ago. I don't remember what. He needed, I don't know, something deodorant or something that, he gets his own stuff for that, because I've done it before and then I get it home and it's not the kind he likes, or it's not the scent he likes. So he was going to go do that, and he asked me if I needed anything, and I said, oh, I just need frozen veggies for the flock, because I just get those big bags of corn and peas and green beans and carrots, fresh frozen, and mix it in with their feed, because that's a treat for them, it's healthy for them, and it makes my feed go a little bit farther. But he brought me a bottle of wine. I don't even know the last time I had wine, so he brought me a bottle of wine. Oh, okay, apple or cinnamon. I guess I could have said, yeah, that's on the list too. Any apple or cinnamon, anything. A ramekin pot pie. I'm going to have to try that. I didn't know you can get different size ramekins too. Apple cinnamon applesauce. Oh my gosh. So I've got recipes. Look at the chat, y'all. There's some recipes being shared in the chat. So back to rants and raves. Did I even really do a rant? Oh, noise. So I was going to talk about noise being a rant. Now, part of that has to do with, I almost feel like the older I get, I don't think I have ADD or ADHD, and as a kid I never had issues with that. Typically, I don't have trouble concentrating or focusing, and I'm not necessarily easily distracted. But when I'm really busy with something and there's noise, for example, Boone and Bear just cannot seem to help themselves. They can be in the backyard and it's nice and quiet, and then they go bananas because Cabo and Delilah walk up into the paddock. And then the boys just bark and bark and bark and bark, standing at the fence trying to get their attention. And the last couple of days when I've been so busy editing, I'll hear them out there and just think, oh, I can't do this. I cannot do noise and motorcycles. I have nothing against motorcycles, but why do they have to be so loud? What is that about? At least the motorcycles that go up and down this street, and I don't know who, we've obviously got 2 or 3 different sets of neighbors that are cyclists, because every day, multiple times a day, sometimes late at night, sometimes early in the morning, there comes that loud motorcycle sound. Now, part of me likes that sound. One of my very few childhood memories that was fun when I think back about my dad is that he was a flag man for dirt bike races back when I don't even think I was in school yet. We lived in Jacksonville, Florida, but if I remember if there's a place just over the border into Georgia called Pampa, is there a place in South Georgia called Pampa? Because my brain is saying that was the name of the place where we would go. So we would go up and spend all day on a Saturday, and he would be a flag man for the races. So like if a motorcycle crashed or something, he would have to flag, the caution flag or whatever, so that the cycles coming around behind that maybe couldn't see around the curve, they would know something was happening. Or he sometimes got to be the one to wave the flag for the winner. And I thought it was super cool. And it was outside. I was outside. So like I was the barefoot kid that lived for being outside. Everything good in the world had to do with being outside. So part of me, can think back to that, and I didn't mind. And that's loud, man. Those dirt bikes, and when there's a whole bunch of them, and you're there close enough to watch it all. That can be super loud. But I wasn't ever having to work on anything important back then, so it didn't bug me. But now, man, motorcycles. Why do they have to be so loud? What is it about a motorcycle? Who knows about motorcycles that can tell me if that's like it has to be loud for it to work, or why? Because they're just too. It happens too much, and Boone is really reactive to motorcycles, so he can be dead asleep and hear a motorcycle, and of course he's got to run to the window and bark because he hears a motorcycle, or he's got to run to whichever side of the house it's coming from if he's outside and bark. Let's see. Okay, I have moments, my scattered days I call squirrel days. Yeah, I know we all do that at times. Oh, is that chat thing working yet? Okay, I don't know why that's not. Oh, let's see, do I need to pick something? Huh. Let me put this, okay, the chat app is already at the top. What happens when I put that right there? Nothing. Oh, I say that. Let me look at this window over here. The screen will show me the chat. I don't know how to get it where y'all could see it, though. Oh, well, I'll still be playing with that. I think I at least have what I need, the tools and apps and stuff that I need to make it work. I just don't know how to set it up so you can see it. But I want to be able to get where I can, like, highlight a comment or, share something that somebody in the chat has said that's helpful or interesting or funny or... So Erica's parents flagged for street bike races. What a small world. And then we'll have things to talk about if you read our discussion. Oh yeah. Small engines, higher pitch maybe. Maybe it is about the pitch. It just seems like the decibels. It just seems like it's really loud. Because cars go by and I don't hear them. So what's different in a motorcycle engine versus a car engine? We're already so close to Alliance Airport that there's plenty of days that they're doing an air show or there's some kind of military thing happening there, and we'll just hear the jet engines roaring, which is so funny that it's so loud. It's not like that close, but that sound carries. That's what it is. It's the motorcycle sound must carry more somehow. But okay, so rants, that was rants and raves. I'm just going to say my rave is it's been a nice week. Richard hasn't been on my nerves. Some of y'all know my history, so you would understand why that's a rave, why that's a wonderful thing that I want to talk about and share. We went to dinner. Where did we go? And as we're having dinner, I'm just thinking, wow, how nice. We've had such a nice week. We're having a nice dinner. And I haven't been disappointed or frustrated or sad or lonely or any of those things this week. So maybe we've turned a corner, y'all. I can hope, right? Not enclosed like a car. Oh, again, yeah, maybe that allows the sound out more. It could be. Maybe I'll add that to my to-do list to look up why motorcycles are so loud. If so, I'll have a report for you at some point in the not-too-distant future. Let's spin our wheel again. I'm going to close this tab. I don't want a lot of tabs open. Strange but true. Strange but true. Oh. That's a movie? Okay, I don't want that. I want strange but true stories. I don't want a book. And let's just look at this from BuzzFeed. Strange but true stories. People are discussing the weirdest and most unexplainable moments in their lives, and I have chills. And here's one more comment from Southern Mama. Okay, honey, from being a teacher, I have other games you can use without ads. Yeah, we'll have to get together. So Southern Mama and I talked once upon a time about doing a co-host stream and maybe doing a true crime kind of a podcast thing, because we both love that kind of stuff, but I haven't made it happen. As you can see, I took a big long break. I'm just now getting back to live streaming, so that's still kind of filed away in my head, and it's on my to-do list for one day. But let's see what the first story is here. Oh, okay, I'll continue as RichKat. On the day before my grandfather's funeral, I got a call from an unknown number. Oh, look at these ads loading. They left a message, so I went to listen. There was a bit of static, then a distinct and familiar voice said, "Try to have a good day tomorrow." I hurled my phone across the room and called my dad into the room. I went to grab my phone and show him the message, but it was gone. I had been the last person to talk to my grandfather on the phone before he passed. I have to wonder if this was his way of finishing our last conversation. I hope they're going to tell us how and why this happened. Why am I telling a bunch of internet strangers one of my most personal and unusual stories? Well, to show the countless others out there in the BuzzFeed community who have lived through eerie experiences that they're not alone. Thanks for sharing your wild stories with me. Here are the stories that I just couldn't get out of my mind. Oh, that must be the author that was sharing that. So we'll do one story from somebody that's, I guess, not an author. When I was 6, I spent a long weekend at my friend's house in Montana. I slept on the floor of his room in a sleeping bag. One night I sat up, covered in sweat and shaking. I was 100% awake. Then I watched as a Grim Reaper-like figure floated from the shadows to the other side of the room where there was a wall. He peeled back the wall like it was a curtain. Then I saw my home city at dusk, covered in flames with people screaming. He pointed at the city and said, this is how it ends. I ran to the bathroom and stayed there the rest of the night. No one believes it happened. I don't know if I believe it happened. But who am I to say? Okay. That was the strange but true submission for today. I'll spin this again, see what we get. Hey, Richard's not home right now, so you know he's behaving. Oh, we already did word of the day. Still can't figure out why that first week it let me just hide those as I was spinning. We'll just do this a couple more times, and then I'm going to want to play some Bandle. Oh, a quote of the day. Oops. This is kind of fun, though, to just do this random thing. Quote of the day. Brainy quote. A will finds a way. I've always heard that, where there's a will, there's a way. And it's true. And it's kind of in the same vein as necessity is the mother of invention. To me, I kind of think those are alike. Just means when you need to make something happen, you find a way to make it happen. Hey, David, thank you so much for stopping in. This was an honor to have you here today. You guys check out David's channel. Go get some therapy there, some music therapy, and enjoy his beautiful, high-resolution, crisp, clear streams that come from him using a Mac. Love to you, David. All right, that was our quote of the day. Can y'all even hear the music in the background? Oh, it's Ask Me Anything, and I see Erica's question. Have you ever had a strange, eerie happening or run across a mystery? I feel like lots of times in my life, I've had, I don't know if I would call it strange or eerie. I think, when you pay attention, when you tune in, I think you can be aware of a lot more than when you stay in your phone or so busy with stuff that doesn't matter. I don't know. I just feel like there's a big long list of things. And so for part of the answer to that, it's become common enough that I don't know that I pay enough attention to it. Okay, you don't hear the music. I'm going to turn the music up, and you just tell me if y'all can hear it. I got to find it. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. There, I won't turn it up too much, but let me know if you hear it. Oh, I can put this over here. I keep forgetting. That's what's nice about OBS. I don't have to just do a screen capture. I can just capture whatever window I need, so I can have all kinds of other stuff up over on the screen. Okay, so hang on. And I'm looking at Southern Mama's question. Girl, you made one? Good girl. But I don't know what that's referring to. I don't know what that's referring to. Okay, he does hear it better now. Okay, I just must not have it loud enough. I mean, I don't want it to be so loud that it's annoying because it's drowning out what I'm saying. Oh, I don't know why that's happening. I don't want that. Okay, we'll do that. So, I haven't had any experiences of spirits or ghosts or that kind of a thing. Although I think that's real. I think there's energy left over when beings leave us. And you can still kind of connect with that. Maybe that's a weird way to say it. One of the weird things that happened to me is I remember being asleep, and this was probably, I remember where I lived, so what year would that have been? Again, late 90s. And I woke up because I felt like a cat. That was my first thought. I didn't have a cat at the time, but it felt like a cat was walking across the bed. The kids were with their dad for that weekend, so it wasn't that, one of the kids came in and touched me or sat on the bed or something. Woke me up and it was very scary, actually. And I felt like there was a time, maybe I was dreaming, because I felt like there was a time even after I woke up that I could not turn around to look and see what it was or say anything. And, of course, it's dark in my room. And so I still wonder what that was, who that was. So no music still yet. I did turn it up more. Oh, hang on. I had that clicked. So it's going to start another song here in just a little bit. But you guys, it might take a little while. Obviously, the sounds in my computer will be in sync with what I'm saying to you right now, but I know it can be the little bit of a delay for people sometimes. So here comes some music now. And whatever you might have heard in the background, so the TV's on. The dogs watch TV all day long. So now let me know if you hear the music. Okay. Yeah, I don't want it too loud. I want it to just be kind of a mood enhancing thing. I will turn it up a little bit more. I've meant to try that out before this week. And I just have it on. What did I type in? I'm at Epidemic Sound, and I don't remember what search I typed in. I don't even remember what search I typed in. And then I'm just playing stuff. So it looks like there might be some stuff coming up in just a bit that has lyrics to it, so I'll for sure probably want to skip those. I don't want some other words to be making it even harder for you to understand what I'm saying. Oh, let's do a spin again. Oh, we've got What Am I Doing? Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, well, again, I'm editing. I'm editing a lot. And I did use OBS Studio, but it's going to be, I think I explained it already. Hey, Connie, how are you, honey? You know, I was, so that I could have a clear image on the screen, I had my phone, because that's what I record with, I don't have a camera. I had my phone set up on the little tripod, like right in front of me here as I'm looking at OBS on the computer, you know, not streaming or anything, just like recording, because you can record with OBS also. So I had made a compilation video with all of these clips for this nostalgia series, the first in some nostalgia videos that are going to be coming out. See, now I have to turn that music down because it seems too loud to me. I don't want to be shouting at y'all, and I don't want my age-related ADD to kick in. I'm doing good, Connie. It's a good day. It's been a good week. I hope the same is true for you. She can get some nasty weather where she is, too, so hopefully you are having good weather. So, that I'm going to be doing for sure for the next, day or so. Okay, so I wonder, do you need to hit your time button, Southern Mama? Or click the live button? Because now I realize that your responses make me think that you're behind in the chat. And sometimes it's just that your computer sometimes, I guess, gets laggy and it makes you get behind. So when that happens for me, I just hit the little settings button on the bottom of the YouTube window that you're looking at and set it to like 1.5 times speed and just have to listen to everything a little bit faster for a while until I get caught up. So I'm editing these videos. So I had the compilation video, and the reason I did that, the reason I did a compilation video and rendered it so that I could watch it on OBS then while I'm recording my commentary on it, is because I also needed to upload that compilation video to YouTube to make sure what parts of it I couldn't show due to copyright reasons. So that's another reason it's taken a little bit longer to get it rendered. Because I'm having to either edit out some things that I can't share on YouTube because of copyright issues, or like replace music, or again, cut out the video part of it and just have a graphic up or something. So in a perfect world, I would have just put all these little clips together, made a video, and then we would have gone straight through. I would just pause and we'll talk about what we just saw, and I understand. I don't want to step on somebody's toes or take money from someone that worked hard and spent money to create whatever it is I'm sharing with you. But what I don't get is that all of these clips that I found, I got from YouTube. Now, it makes sense to me. If I pull a clip from a channel and they are the people that created the thing, I get that. But that maybe was only true for 1 out of the 30 or whatever things I'm sharing. The other ones were people who, they just have, random channels where they share random stuff, or they're gamers or whatever, but then they have this clip from, whatever project that they're sharing on their channel, and it's had, 300,000 views, but it's still up, and they're not the copyright holder. So I don't know how that works. I don't know. Maybe because I had so many put together, that might have been what it was. I bet that's what it was. That those people, they just had that one, minute and a half long video on their channel, right? So it probably doesn't flag anything. But I've got this, like how long? Let me see how long the one I uploaded to YouTube was, so that I could make sure I wasn't going to have copyright problems. Because I think it's still there. I think I had it like unlisted or private or whatever. So it is 25 minutes and 33 seconds long. Again, that's just the clips, back to back to back to back to back. And then the purpose of my... where'd my music go now? The purpose of the video is to talk about them, and talk about connections to my life and what they mean to me and stuff like that. So, I think I may have accidentally turned off the music. That's okay. That's okay, because we'll have Bandle coming up in a little bit anyway, and then we won't need to... Oh, wait, maybe it's over here. What is that? Oh. Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm having some weird computer things happening right now. So, what I'm doing, I'm editing, a lot of editing, and a lot of late night editing. So last night I knew I was going to be up late anyway because of the lunar eclipse, but it was very cloudy here. I did get a little bit of video, but each time I went out to look, it was very cloudy. And then I did not go out like during the, the peak of it. I'm sure there are YouTube videos you can watch, and I know there were some observatories and other entities that were streaming live, so you can see it. It's been 2022, I think, since we had our last full lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse. So there will be another one. Hopefully I'll be around to see another one. So I'm doing that. What else am I doing? That hasn't left a whole lot of time for doing anything else. And again, now we've got a house full of dogs, so I'll be doing that. All right, we're going to do one more spin. That middle thing, man, that's bugging me. My OCD is kicking in. I need to center that little middle design I have on my wheel here. Oh, we already did rants and raves. I don't want to rant and rave anymore. I don't want to do strange but true anymore. If someone who has used this Wheel of Names thing knows how to just hide the thing when you land on it so that you don't have to remove it and then add it again every time you want to use it. Wow. All this stuff on the wheel and it's still just hitting the same 3 or 4 things over and over. Spend the whole rest of the stream now just trying to land on a different thing. Did you know? Okay, let's do that. Did you know? Oops. And there's lots of did you know stuff. Let me see if I can find a page I haven't been to before. Let's look at this. I don't know what this is. ReadersDigest.com. 125 interesting facts about practically everything. These random fun facts will entertain, enlighten, and totally blow your mind. Okay, let's get to, where do they start? The world is full of ads. A fact. Dead skin cells are a main ingredient in household dust. I would imagine some of you already knew that. Okay, let's go back to chat. I still think Southern Mom is a little bit behind on the chat. But she says, girl, they put a new speaker system in the stadium at the high school. I hear all of it. If my windows are open. It's been interesting. Lots of noise. Yeah, there's a high school just a couple of miles from here, too. And I don't hear the band except for the drums. So when the drums will practice in the evenings, that sound really carries. And that makes me think of, Indian, the Native Americans, and how, they would send smoke signals and use drums to communicate far away because that sound really does carry. Oh, what is this? More ads? I don't want more ads. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Here's an interesting science fact for you. According to researchers at Imperial College London, humans shed around 200 million skin cells each hour. I mean, that's a did you know in and of itself, right? Let me get back to chat. And they have to go somewhere when we're indoors. If the idea of skin dust isn't sitting well with you, you should know that a report from the American Chemical Society found that a skin oil called squalene naturally helps reduce indoor ozone levels by up to 15%. Huh. I don't even think about ozone inside the house. Here's another fact. Sudan has more pyramids than any country in the world. Not only does Sudan have more pyramids than Egypt, but the numbers aren't even close. While 138 pyramids have been discovered in Egypt, Sudan boasts around 255. Next, see if you can answer these real Jeopardy questions about you. Oh, we're not going to do those tangents. Fact. The bumblebee bat is the world's smallest mammal. Okay, I don't think that's really a bat in that picture, but I guess they're just giving us something to look at. Weighing in at 0.05 to 0.07 ounces, so not even an ounce, with a head-to-body length of 1.14 to 1.29 inches, and a wingspan of 5.1 to 5.7 inches. That doesn't really sound that small to me. The bumblebee bat, also known as Kitty's hog-nosed bat, is the smallest mammal in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. To see this tiny bat for yourself, you'd have to visit one of the select few limestone caves on the Kwai Noi River in Kanchanaburi province of southwest Thailand. There's a whole stream right there. It's just me trying to say foreign words. Wow. I didn't know about those bats. We'll do another one of these. Fact, the circulatory system is more than 60,000 miles long. If a child's entire circulatory system, we're talking veins, arteries, and capillaries, were laid out flat, it would stretch for more than 60,000 miles. Why do they say if a child's? It doesn't apply if once you're not a child? According to the Franklin Institute, by the time we reach adulthood, our bodies have become home to approximately 100,000 miles of blood vessels. That's just one of the mind-blowing facts that sound made up, but aren't. Okay, wait, where's my grammar? Where's my teacher here? Is that subject-verb agreement or whatever kind of congruent stuff? That's just one. Shouldn't it be? So if we were to cut out of the mind-blowing facts, that's just one that sounds made up but isn't. Isn't that how that should be worded? Or because it's got this object of a preposition here, that's just one of the mind-blowing facts that sound made up. So are we connecting to facts or are we connecting to one? Huh. Oh well, I hope y'all learned something with our Did You Knows today. I did. Okay, let's get back to this. We're going to spin this one more time just since we had so many spins that we didn't need or that we couldn't use because they were duplicate spins. I mean, I guess I could just do the same thing a couple times. So how does it land on the same thing again? Yeah, the bats, I'm just, like, again, I wouldn't even consider a 5-inch to 7-inch wingspan of any creature. I mean, that's not like a horse or something. Okay, we already talked about what I'm doing. I don't want to be doing more than I'm already doing. Ooh, History's Mysteries. I do think I have a page, don't I? For some reason, I don't think I have my bookmarks set up right. History's Mist. Oh no, I don't want the television series. History's Mysteries. Let's word that differently. Greatest mysteries of all time. Let's look at that. All right, let's look at this. This is from history.co.uk. The 19 greatest mysteries in history. So last week or the week before, we learned about that. I don't remember where it was now. The place where the lake, like some bubbles, grew from under the lake because of gases that were being covered up initially, and then the bubbles came to the surface and exploded, and it killed like a whole village and a bunch of animals. Yeah, 0.05, right? That just doesn't... Again, not if it's then got a 5-inch wingspan. A 5-inch wingspan. Yeah, that's more than 5 inches there. Again, the width of my hand is probably 5 inches. No. No, that's not 5 inches. Yeah, it just doesn't sound like it's matching up either. Let's see. So here's the Flannan Island mystery. On 15th December 1900, a transatlantic steamer passed the Flannan Isles in the Scottish Outer Hebrides and noticed that the lighthouse was without its light. After reporting it, a lighthouse relief tender vessel was sent to investigate and landed on the Isles on Boxing Day. No sign of the 3 lighthouse keepers could be found. Compounding the mystery was the presence of a half-eaten meal in the living quarters, a toppled-over chair, and a set of oilskins, suggesting at least one of the keepers had ventured out without their coat. Isn't this a horror movie plot? What is the name of that movie? I started watching it, and I didn't enjoy it enough so that I quit watching it. I didn't even see more than the maybe first 15 minutes. Half-eaten meal, suggesting one of the keepers had ventured out without their coat. Official investigations concluded a storm had caused an extra-large sea to sweep the men away as they attempted to secure supplies near the cliff edge. That didn't dampen wild speculation from becoming rife with anything from ghost ships and giant sea monsters to murder driven by cabin fever to blame. I bet that's what that movie was based on, though. It's just certainly sounding like the same story. Okay, David thinks the body of the bat is what they're measuring. I don't know. It did say a 5.1 to 7 point something wingspan for the range of wingspan, which could still be a little tiny body. Maybe bats just don't weigh that much anyway. There's a history's mysteries right there. All right, let's find some bandle. Oops. Yeah, let's see if David knows about bandle. Okay. Oh, look, it's actually kind of lined up on the page right, isn't it? All right, so I need to make sure my volume is up. You guys need to be able to hear it. I don't want to hear myself too loud, though. Okay, so that's turned up. And let's see, this song, we have to guess the song played by the band. And when you're typing in your guess, you can type the band and it'll pull up the songs that are in their system by that band, so that helps. This was released in 2008. It has 1.2 billion YouTube views, and it's considered an easy one. Let's see if I don't botch it this time, and I'm just maybe going to go with my gut here. Okay. So first we're going to hear the drums and the bass. Anybody got a guess yet with just the drums and the bass? I feel like that's a very common kind of drum and bass song. I can see through the back door. It looks like there's something flapping around. outside. Oh, maybe it's just the neighbors back there. Anybody got guesses? So let's listen, the drums and the bass plus the synthesizer. Any guesses yet? 2008. What was I doing in 2008? Lost was still on TV. 2008. Huh. Let's do now, we're going to add the electric guitar. Okay, it's not adding anything different really. It's like it's just all different instruments now playing the same thing. So now we're going to add the strings. No guesses yet in the chat either. I mean, I don't even have a... I just feel like this is such a common sort of combination of things and rhythm and all. Can anybody guess it yet? Oh, it's Katy Perry. It's Katy Perry. Oh, Katy. I hit the wrong button. Hot and cold. You're gonna have to wait, Serena. You're gonna have to wait, honey. It's black and it's white, it's wrong and it's right. It's I don't know that song. Maybe that's why. Okay. Let's see now. How do we do this? Play 9 bonus rounds. We're going to see how we do this. Play 9 bonus rounds. Oh, Google Play Store. Oh, I tried to download this on the computer and then it doesn't let you guys see it. Well, let's just see. I don't know what you guys are working on, but I just couldn't get it to show up on the screen. Well, I guess I could, but I know I seem really tech unsavvy, don't I? And yet my whole life I managed to do most of what I do just because I'm not afraid to just click the button or unplug the thing or... Now what? This explains why when I open OBS Studio there's this window that pops up that says there's a missing file because I had downloaded Bandle, but okay, obviously it's opening someplace else. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move this over here and see if I can add a window for y'all to look at it. Oh. I don't understand why I have 2 OBS things open. What is up with that? Okay. How do I do this? Window capture 3, what is that? Oh, okay, I should be able to do this. Is that it? Is that showing it? Right? Y'all can see that, right? What is this? How do I get rid of that now? Okay, we're going to close that. This is the problem I had with it before. Nope, that's not what I want. I don't know why that's there. Video capture device. Window capture 3. I must have selected the wrong thing. Well, let's click play here and then I'll see if I can find the... Okay. Okay, so it must not be a window capture. I don't want that. I don't want that. I gotta configure this so y'all can see what I'm seeing. What is that? What is that called? Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Video capture device? No, that's my camera. Window capture 1. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at chat. David's been doing some bat stuff, I guess. There was a hummingbird bat that is supposed to be the smallest mammal in the world. Oh, see, Erica says, I guess that's why I was clueless, never listened to Katy Perry. Yeah, I don't know a lot of Katy Perry. I know that, I've got the eye of the tiger. I know that, part of that song, just because I think I've seen part of the music video, and I think there might be really a tiger in it. Okay. Can't get enough, Take on Me. Yeah, see, there's lots of songs I think that kind of sounded like, David. I was close, I was behind. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking you just weren't caught up with the real-time chat, Southern Mama. Hummingbird bat makes way more sense now, David. I was way behind. Are you with us now? And do you have a screen share button? Oh, I think I do. Yeah, I should have a... Right, how do I do that? Window capture. Okay, wait. Oh, here we go. I don't think it's a browser. I don't think it's... Oh, display capture. Okay, let's try that. Display capture. Okay, y'all can see that, right? I don't need this, though, do I? Y'all can see that, right? But you can't... Oh, let's see. Oh, tell me you can see that. It's not real big, but... Oh, I don't guess it has to be real big. Okay, so can y'all see that on the screen? That's the Bandle app. Yeah, that's what I did, Southern Mama. I did like a screen capture for my second monitor because that's where I had the game. Okay, you can see it. Now let's see if we can hear it. Let's look at this. I probably have to buy this. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, is this the one we already did? I feel like this is the one we already did. 2008, 1.2 billion views, easy. Let's see. Okay, well, we know what it is then, don't we? Oh, that's funny. But now, I wanted to play the bonus round. Oh, I don't want notifications. Oh, this is a bonus round. Identify the lyrics that follow this line. You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no. Woohoo! Which photo shows the performers of this song? Oh, this is not what I want. I just want to do more, okay, more Bandle. More Bandle. Free packs. Try free packs. After we watch an ad. Oh no. The dogs heard that little honking noise. I don't know if y'all could hear that honking noise in that ad. So Gucci, she and her mom lived in an apartment up until just a month or so ago. And now they're in a house. And I'm guessing, and maybe her apartment had a doorbell. It's never been a problem though until they moved into their house. So I'm thinking maybe the house has a doorbell. We don't have a doorbell here. People have to knock. Okay, reward granted. But when she hears a doorbell on the TV, she goes ballistic and she jumps up from wherever she is and she runs to the door and she runs to the window and she thinks somebody's here. Yes, I'm talking about you, honey. Free, played 0 of 5. Okay, so this one might even actually be easier for me because of how old it is. But let me catch up on chat right quick. Southern Mama says, all of that COVID online teaching, I learned a lot about sharing screens. Yeah, thank goodness. I haven't had to do share screens except for every now and then on a live stream, but OBS wasn't what I did it with for very long. That's new to me still. Sounds like Katy Perry. Share specific window in OBS Studio. Add a window, capture source, select the desired window, and then add it to your scene. Yeah, that's what I finally figured out to do over here. Again, I just don't have a lot of time to just play with this, to play with it when I'm not live streaming. Maybe I'm just making excuses. Okay, so this song was released in 1975. It has almost 2 billion views on YouTube. It's still considered an easy one. Let's see. I hope you guys will be able to hear it since... Oh, yeah, you could hear that other Katy Perry round, couldn't you? Okay, got any guesses? Wow, those drums seem so familiar. It's not, no, that came out before 75. He come on, blacktop, he come, moving up slowly, he come, dun, dun, dun. It wasn't that, was it? That was before 75, wasn't it? Serena, honey, you're going to have to wait, you're going to have to wait. Okay, I got to let Serena out. Give me 1 second. Scoop. Go on, Serena. Get it done, Chris. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's the objective, is you only hear, though, whatever instrument line you're on, you'll only hear that, and I think you get more points, chocolate something, you get more points the fewer instruments you need to be able to make a guess. So that was just the drums. Now we're going to add the bass. $1975. Oh, that is Queen. That's Bohemian Rhapsody. Anybody else with me on that? Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh, why doesn't it let me guess? What's up with that? Oh, you have to be guessing. I guess you have to guess while it's playing. Okay, so I think it's Bohemian Rhapsody, but we're gonna add the piano and the backing vocals now because I'm guessing you have to guess while it's playing. Yep. Can you play that song, David? All right, let's do the next one. This was released in 1996. It has 677 million views on YouTube, and it's also considered easy. We're going to start with just the drums. $1996. We're going to add the bass to it. Yeah, I love Queen. Anyone have any guesses? That's not ringing a bell at all. 1996. 1996. Wow. Do you think it's Beat It? That would have been around the right time. 1996, that's when I did my concert tour of Ireland and Scotland. I didn't sing anything like that, but let's see. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Is that what that's called? Okay, Spice Girls. Now tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. Now tell me what you want. Is that what that's called? Tell me what you want. Oh, well, let's just type in Spice. Oh, I already left it. Dang it. Oh. I only know the chorus to that song, I guess. Anybody have any guesses? I don't know when it got to that part. I thought it was that tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Spice Girls? Wannabe? Oops. Wannabe? That was it! Good job, Southern Mama! Woohoo! I don't know a lot about the Spice Girls. I know Mel B is a great dancer. I think she won her season on Dancing with the Stars. And I know Victoria Beckham is married to David Beckham, the relatively famous soccer player. I don't know. There's a Ginger Spice and a Sporty Spice. There's one more, but I can't think of what the other one's name is, and I don't know what either of them are doing now. Okay, let's do the next song. Released in 1986. Let's see if this might be Beat It. Released in 1986. 1.3 billion views on YouTube. It's still considered an easy one. Wow, what they're calling easy, I don't know. Any guesses? Oh, check it out. So I just realized if I don't hit skip, I can pause it to give us time to think instead of, and that way the guess button stays up. Any guesses on that? Oh, you can run it back even? Can you run it back? Nope. Let's add the bass. Serena, honey, you need to go do whatever it is you need to do. Mommy's working. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Is that it? That's my guess, y'all. Yeah! Serena, honey. So let me tell y'all a little bit about Serena since this is happening live and we're just keeping the show real. She has been displaying symptoms of sundowners. I think it's called sundowners disease, which is like doggy dementia, doggy Alzheimer's. And that started maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. Right now, she's just on melatonin for it. I really like to try non-pharmaceutical treatments when I can, and she's already on medicine for arthritis and so many prescription things that I thought, if the doctor's okay with letting me try something else. Now, I didn't start her on that right away. I just looked back and realized that those symptoms started around 5 or 6 weeks ago. And it's interesting that it is typically at night. Hey, Serena, can you say hi to everybody? Serena, can you say hi? Oops. There's my old girl. Hey, girl. There's my old girl, Serena. Y'all, she'll be 13 years old in about 6 months. That's really old for a German Shepherd dog. Our boy Cooper lived to be 13. Anyway, so, and I bring that up because this is part of what we see in the evenings with her, is that she just gets what she wants something. She seems to be asking for something, but I can't figure out what it is. And yeah, send me if you've got some other things I can try. I don't even know. We haven't even gone far enough. Oh, where did I lose my screen? I lost my screen, didn't I? Where is it? Vandal. Okay. And so it's challenging because I don't think she's hurting or anything. I don't think it's like a painful thing. It's like she becomes very disoriented and almost not quite frantic, because she's not that high energy to do anything that I would call frantic, but you can definitely tell she's in distress and she needs something. She's trying to communicate something, but I don't know. I don't know how to help her with it. So I think it's just an indicator, she's really, really getting up there in years. And I've never had to deal with a dog with cognitive issues, doggy dementia, until now. But that's what we're thinking it is. You can go outside, honey. The other dogs are outside. Why don't you go outside with them for a little bit? I went ahead and took a chance. The dogs are not barking, knock on wood. Good boys. Good boys being so nice and quiet. Okay, so that was Living on a Prayer. Okay, have a new supplement. Will begin. Okay, yeah, send a picture by text. We stayed it because he was so dry. It's full of vitamins. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I haven't started CBD for her yet, but I think that would also help with the arthritis. She takes turmeric and ginger that I think has helped a lot, in addition to her she's on Rimadyl and gabapentin, but we haven't had to increase doses or add any more pharmaceutical medications because I'm doing the supplements for her. And I mean, she's been just the last few days, even I've commented, she's been very spry and with it and playful. And so I've thought, okay, yeah, maybe the supplements now are starting to kick in, because sometimes they have to have a cumulative effect. There has to be an opportunity for them to be in the system long enough to work. But yeah, I may look into CBD for her too. Okay, so let's do the next song. We didn't do it already. Okay, yeah, next song. This was released in 2000. It has 1.1 billion views on YouTube. Still considered easy. I don't know if there's okay, it looks like you can maybe adjust. But I'm not gonna tempt fate. Okay, that seems like it's got to be familiar to somebody. That was the bass and the drums. It all sounds like synthesizers, so I'm guessing this app does, AI music. I don't think it's really the instruments from the original songs. Give you guys a little time to guess. But let's skip, and we're going to add the electric guitar and piano. I got nothing. Anybody got anything? Let's add the synthesizer. Who knew this would be so hard? Okay, we're gonna add the strings now. Babies? I'm guessing Richard's home. Is this like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or somebody? Okay, I gotta let Richard in. Get back. Come on, I don't want dogs running out. That was Kobe, excited that you're here. Okay, I don't know what that one is. Let's try this one. Oh, so we're gonna skip. Here's the voice cover, which I think it's not a real thing. There may be some transmission issues with my internet, Southern Mama, and that could possibly be making it seem out of sync. Oh, you think it's Gangster's Paradise? Let's try that. Huh? Was that it? It didn't say it was right, so let's oh, Slim Shady. Okay. Oh my gosh, how do I make it stop? Wow, that even seemed out of sync on my computer. That was Slim Shady. That's funny. I didn't realize that those two shared some similar chords and stuff. Okay, so this song was released in 2013. Is this the newest one we've done? 1.2 billion views on YouTube. Oh, it's considered very hard, as if the other ones we've done weren't hard. 2013, so let's see, 2013. We moved to RichKatRanch in 2013. I don't know what else I can think of that was happening in 2013, but let's start with the drums. (2013). Are your ears bleeding? Got nothing. Okay, we're going to add the bass and the synthesizer. What is that from 2013? Richard and I one night on the back porch, not that long ago, we both pulled up like Spotify app, or I might have been listening to Amazon Music, and we just were kind of quizzing each other back and forth. Like I would play the beginning of a song and he would try to guess it, and then he would play the beginning of a song and I would try to guess it. And I'm always so surprised at how much music knowledge he has, because I don't consider him a musical person. Like he doesn't play an instrument. I don't think he ever sang in the choir or anything, but he knows a lot of different music. That was kind of fun. Sounds familiar? Yeah, but what is that? All right, we're going to add the piano and organ. we're gonna all kick ourselves when we see what it is, aren't we? Any guesses? I wish it would let me go back and what is that? Replay. Oh, it does. Well, you can only do that while it's playing, I guess. We're gonna skip it and add the electric guitar and the strings. I'll play with this skip back button and see what happens then too. Okay, that's what we can do. "2013. Oh my goodness. I'm going to feel so dumb when this answer comes up. Okay, we're adding the voice cover. Oh, never hurt so hard in love. Oh, Wrecking Ball. Wow. That was 2013. Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball. Oh, that's funny. Again, I'm sure there's something kind of lost in the translation, quote unquote, with it coming out of my computer onto your screens. And hopefully there's not like echo. Maybe that's why it feels out of sync. But I don't know how. Oh, I guess I could shut off my microphone mic. But now we've played all of our bonus songs. This is different songs if I do that. We'll try that because I'm gonna mute this mic. We're gonna try a round of it with me muting my podcast mic and only letting you hear what's coming through the desktop audio. Let's see if that may be part of the problem. Although I didn't set this one up. Released in 1983, 1.5 billion views on YouTube, and it's considered an easy one. So all I can say is that 1983, right away I think of like Madonna. And that little thing there seems like a familiar... Yes, I did. It was tragically sad. Oh, see, I wish I could put the comment on the screen, then you guys would know what I was talking about. Okay, mute my mic again. We'll add the synthesizer. I guess there's more than one synthesizer, so we'll add the first synthesizer. Oh, first, let me know in the chat. You can hear it, right? So when I turn off my podcast mic so that there's not sound coming directly to you from my desktop, plus through my microphone to you, which I'm thinking is a likely cause of the sync issues you were describing. Let me make sure you're able to hear that, right? So I'm going to turn off my podcast mic again. Forgot to turn my mic back on. Girls just want to have fun. I think that's what it is. Where'd it go? That was it. Okay, we're not going to do another one because now I realize, so tell me, did you feel like it was more in sync when I turned off my podcast mic so that you weren't also getting the sound from both sources? Obviously, I don't have to have my mic on for you to hear And I don't know if I was to turn the volume all the way down on my computer so that there wasn't anything coming through my microphone, would you still be able to hear it? Okay, so that's the answer. Y'all may have to remind me when we do this next time that I've got to mute my podcast mic. Okay, but that's all for Bandle today. And let's... I'm going to fill the screen again. I still wish I had an easier way to do that. Ooh, I don't want to be that big. Who wants to be that big? No one wants to be that big. Wow, I really need a tutorial on getting the transitions done. This isn't very professional looking at all. For me to be resizing my windows and stuff while you guys are watching, but I never claimed to be a professional podcaster. Is there such a thing as a professional podcaster? If not, I'm sure there will be at some point since so many people are podcasting these days. But that's it for today's stream. Please join me tomorrow. Now I've already forgotten what time I have those premieres set up. I think it's 7 o'clock because I wanted to not keep any East Coast people up too late, but not have any West Coast people having to miss too much in the evenings by logging on, if I have anybody on the West Coast that watches. So I'm going to pull up a window and tell you for sure what time. I think it's 7 o'clock. That's bad. I have the first two have already been edited and rendered and uploaded, and everything's ready for those. And I'm working on the third part of 4 today. I started that yesterday and then worked on a little bit this morning. I just want to verify the time. I should have made like a banner or something that I could put. Wow, I've got all kinds of like snap lines on my page. All right, tomorrow night, Saturday, March 15th at 7 p.m. Central Time will be part 1 of my Cat Reacts series, TV's Forgotten Favorites. It's just 60s and 70s. I'll explain that in the beginning of the video. The second, third, and fourth parts don't have the same intro, so it really is just me breaking up the whole like 3 hours worth of stuff into, let's see, how long is that video? The first one is, it doesn't tell me. It just has premiere over where you usually see how long the video is. So they're between 30 and 45 minutes each, I think. Again, I had to edit some. I think I had to take maybe 1 or 2 just out completely because I really couldn't find anything I could use to share it without, again, stepping on some copyright toes somewhere. But I think it's going to be fun. I'd love for you guys to be there so you can tell me if you have some of the same favorites and if you have some of the same memories about these favorites that I'm sharing. And then again, I'll have some other categories that are sort of that same concept. That'll be coming up soon. I just forgot how long it takes to edit these kind of videos since I took a big break from YouTube. But thanks for being with me today. I love you guys. I love having live interactions with you. If you're watching live and you were in my chat today to visit while we were all together at the same time, thank you for that. If you're part of the rewatch crew, thank you for that. I should have said that earlier in the video because both are important to me and they mean a lot to me. But I will be back next Friday for a live stream again, and I will see you 4 nights in a row for premieres that start tomorrow. So we'll kind of sort of be live. We can chat live together even though you won't see me on the screen. And stay safe wherever you are. I hope you're happy and well and that the weather, is being kind to you. Do be weather aware. It is springtime, and that usually means lots of potential for possibly dangerous stuff in a lot of parts of the country. So, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. And that's it for today. I love you guys. Bye.